It'd be 5 to 7, and the title of mine is Seduction.
All right, seduction. Well, please welcome Dr. Jim.
Thank you. So what is seduction? Seduction's when you see someone or something that you decide you just must have. Now the only downside to seduction, it doesn't really come with any warnings. Sometimes things or people or whatever that we want really are not good things. But when we're being seduced, it sort of takes us over. And that logic and that careful reasoning that we normally apply to so many things in our life flies out the door. And so I know you're not going to be surprised in the least when I tell you, in-ground swimming pools are the ultimate seduction. So if you've ever bought a house, or if you've ever looked at a house here in Florida or anywhere else, you know that there's 2 types of houses in the world, right? Houses that come with a pool and houses that come without a pool. Well, a house with a pool is a much more seductive house. You know why? Because it has a pool. And who wouldn't want to have a pool? Just imagine being able to walk out into your backyard at any time, drop into that cool, beautiful pool, do a couple laps, have friends over, have a pool party. You can't have a pool party if you don't have a pool, right? So naturally, this must be the best thing in the world to have. Well, that's always been my thinking. On the 3 houses that I've owned that have had pools, I've always had that thinking. But what you don't realize is that this seduction has a dark side to it.
What?
And it's called pool maintenance. Now, quick show of hands, who here had chemistry in high school? Okay, was it your favorite class in the whole wide world?
Oh, it was really, yeah.
No, not really. No. Nobody really enjoyed chemistry in high school. However, if you find yourself being a pool owner, congratulations! You just signed up to go back to high school chemistry roughly once a week. So when you walk out to your pool, you look into your pool and you go, well, you know, first off, the pool obviously is a beautiful pool. There's no question about that. Its shape, its functionality, it's gorgeous. However, as you stare into your pool water and go, that's so odd, because why, just the other day, it wasn't that dark green color.
Ew.
And that's exactly what can happen with the pool. You would be startled. You can have a beautiful, crystal clear pool one day, and you can wake up the next morning, and it is a dark, murky green. Truly what's going on is, it's called titration in the world of chemistry, but bam, it can change like that. Life can grow in your pool water in the blink of an eye. And when that happens, you have to do something about it. What it really means is that you have to take a sample of your pool water, go down to the pool store, and put up with the pool store personnel going, okay, so you really haven't been keeping up with your chemicals, have you? And I can tell because this is the proof. And you have to admit, throw yourself on the mercy of the pool store personnel and say, yes, I have screwed up horribly. My pool chemistry is out of whack. How much money can I give you so that I can throw it into my pool and make the pretty pool water come back? And the answer is generally roughly about $75. Which brings up an interesting question. What is a pool? Well, obviously it's a hole in your backyard that has water in it. Okay, we know that. But have you ever really thought about exactly how much water is in the average homeowner's pool? And it obviously varies. If you're very wealthy, you have a big pool, obviously more water. If you have a small pool, if you just have a hot tub, it's much more. But if you have a regular sized pool, we're looking at roughly 15,000 gallons of water out there. So you're paying, first off, it costs money to fill the pool. Have you ever seen a water bill when you fill the pool? The city doesn't take lightly to you dumping 15,000 gallons of water in your backyard, and they're looking for you. And so they will give you a special surcharge tax when you decide to borrow 15,000 gallons of your city's municipal water, right? Well, also, when the water goes from the hose into the pool, that water is actually really bad pool water. It's not designed to be in your pool. It has no chemicals in it. There's no chlorine, has no acid, has nothing. So when you put initially water into a pool, you're looking at probably $100 to $120 worth of chemicals you're going to have to dump in that pool just to get it to be pool water. Fine. Well, you know, a pool is actually just a big concrete box. and it's holding 15,000 gallons of water. In case you didn't know it, 15,000 gallons of water is a lot of weight. When you put that much weight in your backyard and you just let it sit there for a while, surprisingly enough, things can happen. Specifically, things called cracks can occur. So I don't know if any of you guys have a sidewalk or a driveway at home. You have a driveway at home? Now, if I went to your driveway right now and I looked at your driveway, would I see a perfectly smooth sheet of concrete? No. Would I find a couple cracks in it? Just one or two? Or maybe gigantic cracks? Right. Well, guess what? Same thing can happen to your pool. For a whole variety of reasons. It's very easy to get a crack in a pool. How will you know when you have a crack in the pool? Your water level goes straight down to wherever the level of that crack is. And you're sitting there looking at your water level going down after you take the hose out and you go, well, that's odd because I'm putting water into my pool every single day and it's going away. I wonder where the water is going. Well, turns out you have a crack and that makes you very sad. You can fix cracks. That's the good news. To fix a crack, you have to drain all the water out of the pool. Professionals come out and do magical things, and then you got to put all that water back. Did I mention the $120 it takes to turn regular water into pool? Yeah, okay. So obviously, it can be quite expensive to fix a crack. The other day, I was struggling with the fact that my pool water kept going down, and that made me sad because I anticipated the fact that I had a crack. I'd called the people who come out and find out where the crack is and stuff like that. So it was with a heavy heart that I was anticipating spending more money to keep my seductive pool a workable pool. But the weirdest thing happened. I was walking the dogs early in the morning, and I'm coming back to my house, and I heard a noise. And it was a noise that I do not normally hear. It was the noise of a relatively large fountain. And I thought, well, that's lovely. Somebody around here must have a beautiful fountain in the front yard that I had not noticed before. And then as I got closer to my house, I realized the noise was coming from my house. Now, look, stuff goes on in my house that I'm not aware of. I don't claim to be fully up on everything going on in my house, but I was pretty certain I had not purchased or installed a fountain in my house. So I thought to myself, whatever could be causing this noise? Well, I have a solar pool water heater. And it turns out it had sprung a leak. So that expensive water in my pool was pouring off my roof and killing my grass. And probably been doing so for like 5 to 7 days because I kept putting water in the pool. I just wasn't sure where it was going. So the good news for me was I didn't have a crack. The bad news is I had a busted solar water heater. So I urge you, no matter how seductive a pool is, think twice.
Great job. Make sure you pull out your ballot sheets and then you can write.